It's an M. Night movie. Spoilers. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about Trap, the new M. Night Shyamalan movie. It stars his daughter and Josh Hartnett. This is what the premise says when you Google the movie. A man and his teenage daughter realize they're at the center of a dark and sinister event while watching a concert. That is not true at all. No, they don't. The trailer gives it away. It's supposed to be a thriller and mystery, and the trailer literally says, yeah, that guy right there, that's the killer. And it happens just like that in the movie. There will be spoilers. So immediately, what I like about the movie, it's an hour and 45 minutes. It jumps right into the concert. They go to the concert. The dialogue is terrible. The writing is just bad between this father and daughter. He's supposed to be like the non-cool dad trying to learn cool stuff, and it's just not working. He's I don't know. It feels like he's an alien trying to play as the dad. It feels like a Men in Black alien took over his body and is trying to pretend to be the dad. That's how bad this dialogue is. Anyway, they go to the concert, and you can just see him looking around and start clocking that there's multiple cops everywhere. There's a lot of cops and FBI and putting cameras up and stuff. And then he keeps leaving his daughter. It's not some dark and sinister event. He's just like, I'll be back. I got to do this. And he immediately goes, just like they show in the trailer. He opens his phone, and there's somebody chained up. And boom, that's the killer. And then he learns that this whole event was set up, just like in the trailer. This whole concert was set up to be a trap. And then things start happening that wouldn't happen. Like, he wants to get a shirt, and then there's no more shirts. So the guy's like, I gotta go in the back and get a box. And he's like, oh, I'll walk with you. What arena allows you to take someone back into the employee place and get a box? And the whole time he's just trying to figure out ways to get out of the arena, obviously. And I guess that's the mystery of it all, but it wasn't entertaining. He keeps making these stupid faces. He's like the guy who wears the Trump stuff on the plane and just be looking like real ridiculous. That's the faces he makes this entire movie as he's trying to think of ways to get out of the arena while his daughter is enjoying the concert. He has to come back. Oh, I forgot my wallet over here. And she even clocks it like, yo, you acting real strange. But they try to make it seem like it's a cat and mouse game. You've seen it before in TV shows and in movies where you have a killer and then you have the detective trying to catch them, and the killer is one step ahead a few times, and stuff like that. They have a profiler, FBI profiler, and we see her when she first arrives, and then they arrest the wrong person because they're supposed to be checking all the mail. So they chase down one guy, and then he sees her and he knows like, oh, she must be important. And then it's like he somehow gets a walkie-talkie from the cops and he can hear her talking. So she's like breaking down his habits and everything and saying everything that he will do. And I guess from his facial expressions, he's excited and he's like impressed by what she's saying about him, because it's like one point he's around like the fire alarm. It looked like he's gonna pull it, and then like he's listening to the walkie, and she's like, he's gonna try to create a distraction, so he might pull the fire alarm or something. And then he like stops, and it pans to his face, and he's like oh, she's good. And it's like, is this supposed to be exciting? And the whole time, again, the concert is going on. The lady is performing all these songs. And the movie gets dumber and dumber as we go along. I don't know if they, when they were writing this, they were like, oh, this would be really clever. What if we did this? And he somehow gets his daughter on stage with some terrible story about her having leukemia. And he learns that the only way to get out is backstage. And it's like, his whole goal is to get backstage so he can get out. And then backstage is full of cops. So he's like, well, this is what I have to do. And then he like threatens the singer and tells her that he is the killer. That's the oh, and it's like what? What? When we get out of the arena and concert, at some point we finally learn what's going on with him. Apparently he has, it's not a split personality, but he makes it seem like he a couple of times he mentions like, oh, I never let these two sides meet, you know, I keep it separate, like his killing side and his family side or whatever. And it's just like, what? And then they try to use social media in a good way where she's on live trying to save this kid's life, and it's like, this movie is dumb. Like they thought of it and they probably was like, oh, this would be really cool, but it's so stupid and boring and the dialogue is terrible, and the whole time I'm just like, you gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. Because the cops come through and they have him trapped in the house. He gets away. Then they have him trapped in the street. He gets away. And it's just like, no, this is not it. This is not it. This is not a thrill. It's not a mystery because you know who the killer is already. They don't try to tell you something different. And him trying to get out the arena, the things he does is just terrible. He pushes one lady down the steps and tries to see if the cops are going to leave the area. There are thousands of police. If 4 policemen check on the girl who got pushed down the steps, 10 more take their place. That's how it is. And he just keeps trying to figure out ways to get out, but it's nothing clever because we already know he's the killer. Like, it's an M. Night movie. I didn't like it. I thought it was terrible, boring. Should you watch it? That's up to you. I watch it. Matter of fact, go watch the movie if you want to sit there for an hour 45. But yeah, Trap. It's trash. Those are just my thoughts on the movie. If you watched the movie, let me know what you thought about it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.